All right, we've got our footage from yesterday to go over. So let's get into that. 33.1. How do you get audio to work? Google it, man. Where am I? Here we go. Boom. All right, Jordan
Speaking
and I
of
started
you and
off.
Jordan, yeah.
Lenny
David.
and David.
Yep.
Lenny rocking his new custom future kimonos. Lenny rash guard. Love it.
David on a single. Flattening the hips out to prevent that lateral drop.
Yeah, he's got to follow through on that and get his hips up. He could have won that position.
Other one.
What was that? Did he go through on that? Oh yeah, he did. He tried to roll him. And I the only reason I think that didn't work, I don't think he got far enough underneath him. Like he kind of goes to his back. I don't know. Maybe David hangs back enough to like prevent. Right there, it looks like it should have been finishable.
Yeah.
What's up, James?
What's up, Josh? What's up, James? How's the finger, Josh?
He came up to the open mat today
Oh, okay.
and just watched. All pathetic. So
You gotta watch
Jordan,
those light sockets, man.
Jordan 4. Let's see. As you're going around the guard pass here, a good spot for your hands, if this is the position you're gonna play, like there's no, this isn't like the way to do it, but a spot I like to work from. Let's see if we can find a good frame. So I'm always looking to get a leg up the middle, and then, so in this case, I'd like to see your right leg up the center, and then your right hand, I want to see it inside my leg and on my hip, and then I want to see your left hand pinning my knee. From there, it's a lot easier to like lead in with your head to the cross side, like far shoulder, start to flatten me out, immobilize me a little bit, slow me down from my regard, and then either knee cut pass or like step over, like step pass like pretty easily by the bottom leg. Here you're just like with the hand on the knee, and then now your hand to the mat just because you're off balance. Like it doesn't do enough to take away any of my movement. So I'm able to get the off balance and then a sweep. But then now look immediately to where my hand goes, right? I'm finding the hip. I have my elbow inside. Let's see if did I just come straight up into a pass?
Cooper?
What's up, Coop? So same thing. I've got my leg inside, hand to the hip, hand to the knee, right? So promise you I'm not just making it up. Now head to the far shoulder, pressuring down. I step over the leg as I push that knee through. So watch my right leg steps back. I push that knee by, and I bring my knee in, and now I'm past the guard and starting to lay heavier pressure on. So it's a good starting position you could play from. There are others as well. So
You can think of passing from the inside much the same as holding guard in the principle of the knee-elbow connection. The closer your knee and your elbow are together when you're in that passing position, the tighter that pass is going to be, and the harder it is for the person to regard.
yeah. Steven trying the dog bar there for a second on James. So he's got James' leg pinned, and then now I see he crosses his legs up.
He's been going for those. He went for one of those, I think, last week on me.
Yeah, James's toes are pointing in a good direction for his knee, so I don't think
It was tight.
It looks tight, but I think he's just a little off the angle. It was tight. Steven about broke my knee earlier. He got a good counter outside heel hook on me.
In this one or in
Today's, yeah.
open mat?
I clipped it. It's you could I could send it to you, but he had like a full like elbow to elbow grip on me. Josh, I don't I don't know what to tell you, man. Go to Costco.
Industrial size.
You know, what was James doing there? Pulling out some of the octopus guard stuff.
Oh yeah, Steven was telling me about this.
Alright, so from Turtle, he's got the knee in. It looks like he's digging on the far leg. I'm assuming to try to, yeah. Looking to enter the legs. Okay, so it wasn't octopus guard stuff. Gets the leg trapped. Okay. Steven also hit a banana split on me earlier. I was super pissed. I was like, I haven't been hit with one of those since like blue belt, I think. Good regarding, Jordan. Or for a second there, you started to get your knee in. You just have to use that initial knee to like turn, and then actually like truly regard. What the hell did Caleb and David do
You
here?
know me. Yeah. Taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, man. His leg's flailing on that one. Look how much extension he gets. Nice. Yeah, this was an interesting Kimura here I got on Jordan, but just like from a triangle, like I was shooting for a triangle, like a mounted triangle, but I got the arm shelved. And I just keep my knee in real tight, dig back on the arm, and then just a pretty simple, just manipulating with my hands, not like a figure four grip or anything. Steven with a big step over. Got some deep double unders here though. Looks like a full Nelson kind of grip. That looks
Wow.
awful.
What interesting.
How did they get there?
Oh.
Okay, so Steven had his head tucked, and James was on like a guillotine.
Yep.
Yeah, James, I mean, that's super awkward, but it's so much worse for Steven. Like, I'm glad you kept this grip, because this is super powerful. I mean, like his chin can't be any more tucked. I mean, this is venturing into like neck crank territory or like spine crank. Yeah, you're in mount and you can't do anything. But that was good on you, James, to keep that. It was a very useful grip. And not the easiest one to get. I feel like you get it by accident. What was that?
Isn't that illegal in freestyle?
I don't know.
The
I'm
full
not
Nelson?
So full Nelson is, yeah, but James just had 100%er. Like he just had the half, but I don't think his hand, like his other hand, wasn't woven under the other arm. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was the reverse position. Like a full Nelson would be under the, behind the back,
Right.
facing the same direction. Both hands on the head.
Cooper trying to rip my head off right off the bat.
We got Luke and Daniel.
Yeah, I think they had a few scraps.
Yep.
And Alex, good to see Alex back on the mats.
Yeah.
Steven.
Good to see it.
Be super careful there, James. Just with the the huge reap. I mean, you're basically in you're in like an inside ashi, like full helix. I know you're not ripping it. That's a sketchy spot. Alex on the single leg, but the head on the outside. Steven caught me in that same guillotine, I think, later this day.
That was nice.
I think he more.
And he like got under like a scoop on the arm rather than locking his hands together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or maybe, I mean, he had it when he went down. Maybe slipped the hand into a closed grip right there, possibly.
Yeah. Do you remember, Steven? How did you finish that? Was that with just one arm, or did you take that support arm over and try and shore up the choke?
Looks like Luke was trying.
How did Daniel get that pass?
I think he was like already. Oh no, he wasn't already passed. So he's got the leg weave, and then as Luke comes up, he counters, steps over, does his usual thing.
Very heavy on that shoulder.
Yeah, and with a really really mobile lower body, like good backstepping.
Yeah.
You think one arm?
Yeah.
Steven taking a page out of Jason's book with the collar tie knee pick setup, and then big circle pulling down with the collar tie. Jason Alex. Gavin just about gets the knee cut by, but James keeps the frame up. Steven's trying to work this body lock. I don't know if Alex was doing this totally deliberately. Let's see. So right from here, in a little bit of trouble. Once those hands get broken open, something I really like to do is use 2-on-1 gripping to shut down the progression of the body lock. Because you can't, you know, once their hands come unlocked, they need their hands locked behind the back, or at least in very, very, very tight to progress forward. So when you can disrupt that with a 2-on-1, it holds them off a bit, and you could start to like try to hit forward shifts or get them to posture up and abandon the body lock attempt.
It's really funny because like if speaking of that, PJ Barch versus Nicky Rod, at least in the latter stages of the match this morning, did exactly that thing, right?
Yeah.
Like as soon as he was really very careful to not let Nicky get his hands closed, and he would go 2-on-1 grips in order to try and make Nicky tentative to back up and disengage. So that was exactly.
That less impressed, more involved YouTube channel talked about that. I think after Nicky Rod and Gordon had their second, like their rematch following ADCC.
Yeah.
Where that played a pretty prominent role in Gordon's defense of the body lock attempt, which is where I picked up that tidbit. Steven with was this a rear? I caught the clip of it. A rear triangle. So leg up over. Oh no, just like arm. Straight arm. Pretty much from a clamp guard.
Alex right back in it.
And Gavin deep on the strangle here. So now he's got to get this second hand into play. All right, so he's got the. Oh man, I wish he didn't give that up. That looked really promising. Like you gotta have the confidence in that moment. So let's assume the strangle was deep and James was like, you know, his last bit of hope here was going to be when the arm gets let go, then he's got two hands to fight. But when Gavin lets go of that arm and he could extract it and come over the top, it's a lot easier for him to hand fight with that hand coming from over top of the shoulder. And since he already has a really deep strangle, again, we're assuming he does, you don't need like all the things to like go in your favor. It's still sketchy because like James has that left arm free. He doesn't. Gavin doesn't have the leg trap, but have the confidence to let go of that underhook and get to work there. Nah, I did not, man. Are you excited? Excited for the cooler weather, Cole? The pumpkin spice latte season and all that fun stuff. Go apple picking. What did...
Nice Sumigachi.
Oh, Cody and... Okay. You... It's fun. I hadn't gotten to roll with David in a minute. Hell yeah. Stand outside the gym, smoke a cigarette. That's what Josh
You gotta
does.
do it before you get on the treadmill.
I was glad I sprawled on David and I didn't have to like try to take down, get to take down myself. It was more defensive counters than offense. Because I don't think I'd be able to get him down. Here I'm way off to the side though. I'm not in a good spot for anything just yet. Bust the gi out, stay warm. So David's riding up the center, which makes it pretty difficult for me to be effective here. I haven't found a good way to do that. So who was I talking to? Oh, I think Mitchell. Mitchell and I were rolling today. Let's look at Cody and Caleb here. So something Mitchell was doing today that I wanted him to correct was from when someone is mounted, he'll reach an arm under and like scoop the leg. Yeah. But that's just putting yourself into immediate triangle danger, right? If you're gonna do that, I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing to do. I just tend to use both hands if I'm going to do it. I scoop with both arms, and at that point, you can't really be triangled because both arms are out. So watch what Cody does here against Caleb. He's got his frames, trying to keep Caleb from riding too high. Scoots the, let's see, does he get the left arm under first? Looks like the left hand is just under. Okay, Caleb goes to step over. And then now, as Cody goes for it, he's got both arms on the outside. It's not the most visible example of it, but he's not scooping with only the left arm. Like he's connected his hands a bit right here, and as he like bridges and gets Caleb moving, his other hand, I mean, I guess this one's left on the inside. Maybe that isn't the best example, but you guys should know what I'm saying.
It's definitely not, like one arm in, one arm out. Like it doesn't give Caleb the opportunity to lock up the triangle.
Right. So resting Mitch face if you're in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Caleb just like bouncing right off of Cody's ribs. Rather be cold than wear the gi. I feel that. Damn, Steven's over here trying to break Luke's shin. To no avail.
I think that was with the Pedigo footlock. Is that right? I don't know. I don't think we'll be able to see any details. But the elbow to elbow grip.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it. It's hard to see. If I zoom in on that, it's gonna go off screen.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can barely see it on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Luke's all poker face with straight ankles. Always has been. Even back when he was a purple belt when I met him. But that was probably because my straight ankles sucked slightly more than they currently suck back then.
You got a Katagatame.
Yeah, this is where I started to. I had my epiphany about my S grip.
Okay.
Right, like there I'm playing Gable grip and everything, but like I think that was where I started to play around with it.
Yeah.
So I get to here and like I set up an S grip here, and just like normal, I can't really get this is one of my worst strangles. So I start going to the way I used to know, and then I think we'll see it later with when I'm rolling with Alex. I commit more to the S grip and use it for a longer time.
Might be Danny.
What are you talking about?
Luke's first white to black. Oh, it was Cole.
Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Cole was a blue belt before.
No, Cole got his blue belt on the podium same day I got my purple belt.
When you got your purple.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was at Good Fight. Yeah.
Yep.
Fidel and Alex. Fidel on a nice single. Nice.
Yeah, I was there. I saw it.
Let's see how he... Just down to the knee, snatched it right up. Nice. Alex landed flat on his back. Doesn't bounce his head, which is good. We don't want that. Fidel starting to work with grapevines. So grapevines, you see a lot. I feel like white belts do it a lot, and then like wrestlers use it a lot.
It's for control.
Yeah, but they're pretty easy to shake, in my opinion. They definitely serve a purpose. What was it?
You just gotta straighten your legs out. Person on bottom, if you straighten your legs out, put your feet together.
Yeah.
The grapevines are null and void. Like, they don't do anything.
Yeah, they're definitely use them if you feel like your opponent relies heavily on bridging, like hard explosive bridges to get out from mount. You can break their connection with the ground with, if they bridge over their left shoulder, you're gonna want to grapevine their right leg, and vice versa, and that could disrupt the power of their bridge. But other than that, I'd say switch out of them. Don't rely on them too much. Victoria in on a Kimura attempt here. Like she's on. I don't know if she realizes she should switch to a Kimura here, because like she's got the leg behind the head. She doesn't have a full like clamp guard here. I think maybe she's thinking about the straight arm Udigatami. Maybe she gets
she has a cross Kimura.
Yeah, exactly. If she brings that left hand towards Justin's pocket, then that's a nasty, nasty Kimura.
Luke trying for that Sumigashi sweep off of standing.
That's tough, man.
Off Daniel. That's
Yeah.
really tough.
Yeah, like Daniel, I feel like Daniel's got to be committing forward for something like that.
Yeah, big time.
You gonna wear shorts over those tights, Josh?
I hope not.
God, Daniel better pull his pants up. Full on ass out. We won't rewind for that.
Make it the thumbnail.
What did Fidel get though? Or oh, Alex got the. Okay, he got the head and arm. Kakatame. Alex trying the same thing. I think we went over. Was that the takedown of the night or of the day? The
Was the Sumigashi.
yeah, that's why we're seeing it. I feel like Daniel's got. He had him in a pretty compromised position there. Not dodge him next time. Which who are you talking about? Fidel and Alex, or these two? Like, are you talking on the day or in general? No finish. All right, it was just a round.
Yeah, I haven't trained with Fidel. I've trained with Alex.
I think so. Like Fidel joined us like I think back in February, and then
Oh, really?
yeah, like he came by at the old place, and then I don't think either his schedule or his drive like wouldn't allow it, and then now it's he's back in. I think that maybe when I trained with him. I can't remember if I've gotten around with him yet. Do I shave? No, I don't shave my legs. I'm not a swimmer. I just don't grow body hair, dude. I'm evolved. God, I should have been so much more mobile there. This is like an example of what I was talking about. Like we'd see Clay do with when he gets broken down and like posture. You know, someone has like his posture's broken. Someone has their weight over him. Like this is where I need to be like shooting out to the side. It's just it's such a pain in the ass when like Luke is the one barreling towards you.
Yeah, he's making sure his entire chest is like covering your back.
Yeah.
You know, like there's not much room for you to have a lot of movement there.
Yeah. Justin get the Sumigashi there? Yes, he did. Very nice. Very nice.
Big turn.
Joe knee barred me. It was unbelievable. I hope you feel Wait, did you train?
No, he stuck up behind Joe and got him in a headlock.
Oh, oh, that's right at the start of class.
Really going after that smother.
Yeah, it pissed me off because I told him right after this, I was like, you are getting it on me now and I'm not expecting it because it was half guard. And so here's my attempt at working that octopus guard over the back stuff. Right, so what I'm really focusing on here is preventing Luke from getting the crossface, right? Because once you get the crossface, kind of the attempt is over. So right here, I'm keeping my elbow very high, tucking my head. He can't get it, so I feel like I can get to work. So I'm either looking to get a butterfly hook with my left leg, or what you could call like a Kosoto hook, or like my left leg going to the outside of Luke's right leg and like weaving behind his ankle. Those two lower body connections are what you're gonna use and like try to exploit your partner's reaction with that. So here, like I'm starting to lose it because I can't get the knee tap. Like there's like a hip bump you could do from here if you block the knee. I couldn't get Luke's leg straightened out in this direction, which would help me take him in that direction. So I'm like, all right, let me just go back. I'm starting to set up my Kosoto hook, and I'm like, let me just at least get back to half guard if I can't get him to move here. So from here, I get back into half guard, and this is where he starts to lay on the smother. And I'm like, oh, I'm safe. You know, I'm not dealing with anything but shoulder pressure. And then watch that right hand of his right there, controls the back of my head, straightens my head out, and just smashes my nose.
Yeah, he gets both your shoulders flat on the mat.
Yeah. So it was like, wasn't it? I was working stuff, trying to at least, and then like, oh, just the safety of half guard will let me survive, and then I just got lazy.
See if he lets you get the nope. I was gonna say I didn't know if he was gonna turtle up or what.
Yeah.
Or what he was gonna do off the turtle.
Joe, I love knee barring you now, just because how much you love knee barring other people. Like, it just makes me so happy anytime I can get one on you. Combat Jiu-Jitsu comp in Charlotte. Have fun. I mean, if you guys want to get smacked in the face while you do jiu-jitsu, I started doing jiu-jitsu because I didn't want to get hit in the head. So
yeah, but if you guys want to do it, I'll totally watch.
Yeah, I'll help you train as long as you don't hit me back. Seems like hell no. We got Jordan back behind you going for a Katagatame on Justin. I'm gonna hide you real quick.
Yeah, he's mounted.
Yeah, and like I know Luke likes to finish these from here when he can. I think partially to prove to himself that he can, which, spoiler alert, he can. But Jordan, don't be like too hesitant to just dismount to Justin's right side there. Finish it the classic way too. If you feel like you need more, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see that forehead to the mat though. That Justin's trying some old school escapes there. That's definitely one way guys used to do that. You don't see that too frequently anymore. And then now, so I want you to switch knees here, Jordan. So I don't want this knee up. I want your other knee pointing in towards Justin's hip. And then that'll help you walk away more easily. I think 10 more seconds, I think you have that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was yours. Remind me or Mike to talk about that with you next time we're there, and we just show you exactly what we're talking about. Get snapped into oblivion by who? Oh, David. I want to see this. Is it in this round? Is it the end of this round, Steven? Or, oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, you do. Gonna make a dent in the pads, man. It's a shame he didn't do anything with it. Alright, so me and Alex, this was our first time rolling in forever.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a while.
Looking for my knee pick, underhook knee pick, and then switching to that like collar tie knee pick, if you want to call it that. We got Braden, I think, trying to dig on Luke's ankle, I want to say.
Yeah, that's right.
How did I get that sweep? I think it was just outside Ashi.
It's almost like a waiter sweep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did I have it? I kept his ankle and just put. Yeah. Pulled everything in. I don't think I want to go for heel hooks on him. Just kind of put him in the position.
No, that was safe. Or that was good.
Luke. Luke rolling through with the Achilles into.
Going into knee bar.
Yeah. What a jerk.
What did Daniel finish Caleb with? Was it a smother? Yeah, camel crush thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like Caleb tapped a little
Clutch.
early on that. Like he didn't want
Is
to
it
deal
clutch
with
or crush? Which one's the cigarette and which one's not?
it. Crush is the cigarette.
All right, so clutch.
Clutch, I believe, is the move. I just always called it a compression choke until that one, the one grappler, I forgot his name. He was on like the Who's Next thing. He got like 3 people with it. And I think he stole the name from like.
Cool rack. Cool rack.
Yeah,
right?
Cool Rack. That's right. Yeah, I think that's the name of a wrestling move from like the one of you guys in chat will know. The Iranian wrestler recently passed away in WWE. That's all
I mean, it's what got Dean Lister against
Josh Barnett.
Josh Barnett. Yeah.
Yeah. So here I'm working with that S grip, I believe. Yeah.
Looks like it came on quick.
Yeah, and you know, I attribute that more to Alex being a little green with like the move and everything. He even said to me like, I'm getting caught here a lot. How do I get out of this? So we take a break and talk about it with him there. But yeah. Yeah, now I need to break the habit of the Gable grip where appropriate. And this is not me recommending that. The Iron Sheik, yes, thank you, Jordan. I'm not recommending you guys don't use Gable grips. I just have a harebrained idea that I think I may be doing better with S grips in some spots.
You totally ban him against me. I'm tired of you guys
The what?
beating me up. I said they can totally abandon it against me because I'm tired of them beating me up.
Dude, I'm excited to try it against you with heel hooks. Instead of digging and then trying to go for the Gable grip, starting from the S grip and then like moving in from there, you know?
Yeah.
Started tooling up Braden here. I was like, get angry. Started getting aggressive with him. Oh, Luke's tired. He's pulling guard. Only halfway through. See, you're using the same like 2-on-1 with the butterfly hooks.
Yeah.
And Steven can't set up his body lock.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, it keeps the hands busy, and it gives my hips mobility. So I'm tired of getting stuck there and not knowing what to do from it. Or not knowing, but not being able to do what I want to do.
Yeah. So Braden had a good guillotine here. He had the high wrist position. But I wanted to remind him about like just finishing it seated. So he starts to go into the whole over-under grip. I'm keeping my elbows wide so he can't go through. Now he switches into the high wrist. And then remember from here, like you don't have to dig in. Like I think right there he was just trying to dig in to complete the grip. But I was trying to tell him like after a few seconds of fiddling around with it, like this hand should be grabbing the tricep, pulling my elbow towards his ribs, and then just going like a proud chest, and you know, kind of arching his shoulders back and going for the finish, just like that. But yeah, it was super tight. The hand was in a great position. I hope people trying with me to get better. So sorry. Yeah. Our progress has definitely slowed since Cole tore his muscle off his bone. It was really selfish of you. But at least you keep the chat interesting. And that's honestly more important to me than your own progress, is that this Twitch chat doesn't get boring. Did you buy bits yet, Cole? So you can interrupt with text-to-speech messages? Me and Steven are having a scrap over here.
Yes, Steven, we talked about it afterward, but I tried it twice. The same arm configuration, like this double unders. This is the second time I did it. I did it before, and you stepped around. The second time, it looks like it paid off somehow. I don't know exactly. So you started stepping around, and I essentially kept turning into. It goes into almost like a deep half type of a sweep, and I wind up getting on top. But yeah, so what I was telling him is that like just going for 2-on-1s on that one arm, it almost gives your partner the impression that that you're giving them your back because you are throwing your elbow across your belly button, right? Like it's across the center line here. So right there, I'm diving 2 double under on that side.
Oh, okay.
And so from here, Steven is going to step up with his right leg and start walking around the back. But I'm able to scoop under the leg here and then come right up and go into the that deep half sweep. So it was a really interesting series of events or chain of events that happened. But I tried it on a previous thing. I did it with one hand on the wrist and one hand almost like an arm drag, and he stood up and I just shot into his legs, and then we reset, and he got his legs back safe, and then we wound up going into this spot.
Interesting.
But he still wouldn't give me his back. I couldn't get any points here off the back.
Yeah, he's keeping that knee really high.
Yeah, see how he's driving his right foot like on the mat and just like keeping it higher and higher. He'll keep walking it up.
I want to go back to Braden here just because I've talked a lot about this with him, and I didn't correct him this time because I didn't want to. I wanted him to, if he didn't get this tip, I wanted him to fail at it so that he can be frustrated with himself and then learn how to do it better. So here he's got my knee. Like I haven't slipped the knee. He's going for the outside heel hook. I hit my roll. Right here, this is where I want to see his legs behind my back. This knee position is only promoting me it's promoting a roll for me to like just to continue towards the mat or out of bounds or whatever. So I go up and over. And the way he's going to shut this down is if those legs switch to the outside and they dig behind my back. But he stays committed there, but I can just continue to roll and roll and roll until I can either extract my knee or disrupt his grip or whatever. So those legs have to make that switch from the front of the body to the back of the body, get those heels behind me and dig in, pulling your hips towards my hips and setting on like really, really serious braking pressure. But most importantly, preventing me from rolling rather than promoting a roll.
So what's Cooper talking about? A 30-second video for bits? Do you enable that on the Twitch channel?
I may have to like make that doable. I'm not sure. Shout out to more of a Wednesday night thing. I don't know, dude. If you can't be funny 7 days a week, then I don't know if I even want you trying. That would be dangerous. Others must fail. Caleb casually breaking Jordan's arm here. So from knee on belly. Jordan, you just left it for him, man. Looks like you were just trying to get the pressure off your chest, which I understand completely. Yeah, I need you youngins to explain that to me. Damn, you and Steven again. Having a nice scramble here. So standing up, front headlock. Looks like you come around for the angle here in a second to try to capture the leg.
I do.
Oh, you try to sit out there.
Yep. I tried to to shore it up.
Yeah.
And with a sit out on the opposite side.
Yeah.
But here I go and I wrap the outside of the leg, and I was trying to heist up, but Steven just barreled into me and beat me to it and put me on my butt. I was like trying to sweep him from it.
Yeah, you had an over under there for a second. Ah, that's around.
Yeah.
That's killer. Told me he needed to win. Elbow to elbow on Gavin.
Ball three.
So much easier when they're lighter than me.
Yeah. Dude, Victoria impressed the hell out of me this round.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A little knee cut pass.
Everything that she was pairing together, it was very, very solid. I was very happy.
Let's point some stuff out. Just got your arm isolated now. So I did this a few times yesterday. I did it to Braden as well. I think in the round before this, actually. So this, this comes about from what we went over in class recently. Earlier this week, the double Kouchi, right? These two feet behind my ankles. When you guys get here, you can't hang out here. You have to make something happen quickly. Like when you don't, I get your hands and I just slip up past your knee or past your knees and go directly into mount. So it's not a spot you want to hang out once you get the ankles in. I know what you're doing there, and most good opponents will, right? You have to get them stepping, get them off balance for that position to work. So if you're gonna shoot in on that, hit a quick thigh push or hip push or whatever, get them stepping. Otherwise, I'm going to just sit right over your legs, right into mount. Trying to get him to bounce his way out of that one, which started to work. I'll have to shore that one up with him. No, that's James. James gets deep up in you. You're Steven's restaurant. Where are you guys? Oh, you're all the way over on the side. Okay.
So here's another thing for Victoria, like going back to where she had Justin in earlier, is that she has this cross Kimura, and she doesn't quite know it yet. So we'll definitely have to go over it with her.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She goes in for this omoplata, but she's so like dexterous with her legs and stuff that she could easily turn that into a cross Kimura.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Just making a simple grip change with her hands.
And that would really benefit her, I think, because that's the beauty of the cross Kimura is the ability to use your legs, which are a lot stronger than your arms, against your opponent's single arm. So if she's going against, other dudes who might be able to beat her on arm strength, but she can get her legs into the action, like she'll be able to extract that arm much more easily. So yeah, that would be a really good thing to go over with her. Trying to put Gavin into some trouble here with toe holds and knee bars. He does a great job timing his leg extraction, like pulling his heel to his butt, getting his leg safe. Even though I get the kind of sweep him there. I'd rather he be on his back working to re-guard from side control than getting caught in knee bars and toe holds.
Can you go back maybe 10 seconds or so? So Victoria, I wind up going around for a pass, and then she catches me in this position, right? And it's a mirror of what she just had. She's got her left leg over top of my neck. Her right leg is riding across my belly, like right across my hip line. This is a triangle, right? Like waiting to happen.
Yeah.
All she would have to do is slip her, well, first I would want to see her extract her right leg to come on the outside of my body, or like going on the top, like to my back. And her left leg would then slip out and around my head to in the front of it. And then she would have a trap triangle.
I see what you're saying. So you're talking setting up like either a front or a wrong way triangle, like switching to that. Okay. I thought you were saying, and that's where my arrow was pointing, a reverse triangle.
Oh yeah.
Right? If she scoops this arm with that leg that's already through. Now that's probably a bit more advanced, but
it's a far reach. It's going to be hard for her to dive through and catch that far arm. She already has my left arm isolated there. So
yeah.
It's something that you can always play with. Like, Matt, you've said it before, and I know we've said it on the stream before, but anytime you have the wrong way triangle, you have a Kimura. Anytime you have a regular triangle, you have an armbar, right? Or vice versa. And in here, you could also think of it like if you've got that cross Kimura position, you also have the triangle position, right? Like in general, you can start setting things up just the same.
That's true. Never thought about it that way. What up, Deathcore?
What's up, Deathcore? Yeah, the one when Craig hit that toe hold, I was like, "What the hell did he just do?"
I don't know about that one. You know what? I'm curious if Boogie was if he has a foot injury or something, and maybe like a squeeze across the knuckle line of the toe, like as because that tap came so quickly. I was like, he didn't even have time to like set up a grip. And the camera angle was garbage, so I couldn't see. At least what I saw on Instagram. Gavin with the killer Sumigashi here, the same one we were going over in class. He's got both butterflies in. Remember, Gavin, if you are going against some bigger opponents and you need a bit more oomph in this, I want to see this foot of yours, what will be the bottom foot as you do this move, pressing off the mat to get your hips elevated.
Yeah,
Behind the
I
back
think
between the
the
legs, yeah.
I think the between the legs thing is what got me the most. Was like I was like I didn't even.
It was
I mean,
weird.
maybe because my arms are so damn short, like I would never be able to pull that off, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know you were going around dispensing some wisdom on that sweep earlier that day, Cole. Daniel with a little fake up top, quick shot on the bottom. Luke fends it off. Nice. Luke with the
Nice.
shoulder crunch. Trying again to set up that initial like Sumigashi fall.
God. When Daniel wants to get back up, it's just so hard to stop him.
Yeah, he again it's that wrestler's ability to like switch hips um and power up.
Luke is at a really strong armbar. Well, I guess it would have been a triangle. He slipped his right arm out. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
I bet he knew it too, but like he had to get that left foot like across, and that's going to be a tall order in this position.
Scissor
There we
show.
go.
Yep.
Luke loves that variation more than the side triangle. Likes the Kimura head scissor dilemma. Daniel on the straight ankle.
Yeah, he is.
It looks shitty too. Luke he was moving with it. He was definitely relieving pressure. Daniel's got to keep rolling through that.
He does, and he also has to he has to use his right leg too, right? Like so, his left leg he was almost pushing on the hip, but he's not generating a ton of extension here for Luke, right? And there I see him switching to start pushing on the hip with his left leg, but his right leg can do double the damage, right? Like I want him pushing, pinching his knees together, extending the legs away to try and generate as much pressure as you possibly can.
Like I'm happy with the upper body position. He's got like the elbow tucked and everything. That look good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he just got to get more into it with his legs. Oh. Luke tried to go behind and Daniel blocked it. Tough spot here, so okay, yeah, he just sneaks his head out. Now he's in a crucifix. Okay, but he's got his arm, he has his right arm free, so he's not terrible. Joe and I have our 8-minute round.
Hey, nice triangle.
Dude, this really surprised me. So we tie up here, I just go real low, I'm just playing around. And Joe jumps to a beautiful flying triangle.
That was really nice.
And it was very, very serious. Like I was not expecting it. And I had to address it immediately. So one more time, full speed. You get down and then just boom. Really nice. Leaving. I want to look at it one more time. So with my hand to the mat and my right arm extended, I'm just giving this away.
Yep.
Joe, that was a great eye for this, man. Yeah, really impressive. And then he starts
Cooper,
going.
We gotta talk to you about some flying triangles. I think they're all you're all over it.
Yeah, great. And then he started going wrong way on it, and he's digging my arm out. The only way I got out of this was I got my left arm back into it, connected my hands together, and then started pushing away. And you'll see me, Gavin, if you're watching, the bouncing sort of like shimmying escape I was telling you to do. You'll kind of see me work that here a bit. So, oh no, I guess not. Maybe that was a different triangle. Once I had my hands connected though, tucking my head so that the leg will more easily slip off the top of my head. And then once he switches to this, I know he's basically given up on the triangle and is looking to then quickly enter the legs, which is a fantastic strategy, going from the upper body quickly to the lower body. So I just got to have my wits about me as he makes that switch. I control his left leg and just keep him from fully locking anything up. And then now I'm on a counter into cross
So
ashi.
Joe, one way to tighten this position up is to use your hands to, like, instead of your legs in this triangle configuration. So you've got this trap triangle. It's super nice. You're attacking the arm, which I want you to keep a hold of. What I want you to do next time is your right arm, instead of making a gable grip, which is what I'm assuming you're doing here, I want you reaching up to the left side of Jameson's head where your right leg is and grabbing your own shin. And from there, you're going to be able to cut a very, very strong angle and take Jameson overhead. His head is over his toes, which means I know he's pushing back. He's trying to sit back, basically, at this stage of the game. But once you make a connection with your right hand to your shin, it's going to be very difficult for him to stop the fall forward. And you'll be able to get him down there. But yes, very good transition into the legs.
That whole sequence was awesome.
Yeah. The reverse, or I'm sorry, the wrong way triangle is much more difficult to get out of than the straight triangle. The whatever, the regular triangle.
Front triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven about breaks my shoulder later in this footage with a wrong way triangle. I think it was a wrong way. It felt like it. So now I'm on to cross ashi, and we're into the fight here, the standard fight of, collect the secondary leg, and either attack it or get him to extract it to the point where I can attack the primary leg, and that's what ends up happening. So he pulls that leg away, and let's see, Joe, it looks like maybe you're trying to collect my leg, like we've talked about.
Yeah.
Just as you did it though, like you're in a spot where, since you're on your right side and I'm attacking your right leg, it may not be the best strategy, because now that you take that leg away, I have full heel exposure. If we were back to here, this is a spot where you'd want to like go on the attack. So rather than attacking my head, one other option is with your left hand reaching back and grabbing my ankle, and then holding it in place as you scoot your hips in this direction and kind of open my leg up from your hip to give you room to attack that ankle. From there, you can use your secondary leg once it's free and you're seated upright to go on that counter attack. But I hope you can see the difference between counter attacking from here versus counter attacking from here, right? Where once your secondary leg comes away, you're a long way from a running man escape, being able to turn, anything like that. And I'm very, very close to getting the heel. So you got to get yourself into a better position first. As soon as I collected, you went to attack. He was up for grabs. Yeah. They defend by tucking their left leg over the right, and I go belly down. Does that help? Or what should I do? Never mind. Yeah, show me tomorrow, because it's gonna be contingent on like what kind of ashi you're doing. Ankle picks all day. Saw the right leg step close. Just give it to me. You and Steven again, maybe ish.
No, we were reliving our role before.
So Justin trying to put the double Kouchi to work there against Cody. Let's just see. I want to see how quickly he gets to work with it. So see him scoot in. So he's not quite as connected as he needs to be. If Cody can step out that easily without like putting his hands to Justin's knees, I want more outward tension on that, Justin. Oh, this is again another me playing around with this S grip. Joe, I think, gets his arm down here. I don't think I've gotten Joe in a Katagatame in a while. But starting from there rather than the gable grip and giving me a wider base.
Yeah, so he can't flip you in that direction over the head.
Yeah, which we know he likes to do from this position.
Yeah.
But yeah, even without the Katagatame, like that S grip, certainly a little bit weaker than a gable. But I felt very well based there, so I was happy with it.
Big shuck from Cody. Getting rid of the triangle threat.
Nice, very nice. You Katagatame Joe a bunch.
Oh no, the sweep thing.
Oh.
The reversal.
So Joe, this wasn't a bad spot for you. You know, you're in this. You're kind of digging on the leg. I mean, the problem is I tuck my shoelaces between like under your knee, and you're just pulling my leg into yours. Like, you've got to get me off balance in this direction to really like get the foot off the mat. You're good. And be able to collect that leg. And then he just stands up. Sorry, I forgot to do that. More turtling. I didn't yell at you there for it. I yelled at you later.
Yeah, I heard it later.
All right, Cody on a Kimura here. Like to see him get his right leg free. He kind of has his knee free. Let's see. If he gets that left knee up, yeah, on the hip. There we go.
Very nice.
Hell yeah, Cody. Now,
He's got to step that left leg over the head. But
yeah,
he got it. Okay.
very nice, man. Very nice. I like your. I like how much you just controlled the arm while you focused on getting the leg out, rather than like trying to frantically do two things at once. You seem very composed there, so it was really good. So, oh, yeah. So this is a kind of like an open guard hook where you hook behind the leg and keep the leg going as they step. But here on Joe, I'm in a weird leg entanglement. Like, I don't really have an X guard or anything, but I have his leg on my shoulder. And as he's jumping, I spotted his leg just jumping forward. And I figured he had one more in him, so I took my right shoelaces behind his ankle and just kept the leg going there as he jumped. I got him just off balance enough to get him stepping. And then now I
like that. That's an X guard sweep. Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted to hit a knee bar on him so bad here, but nothing doing. But we go 50-50. just a counter single leg takedown. Joe's got me in a bad spot here. That's where I yell at you to not turtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slam his head into the ground a couple times. If you turtle, Joe, this will happen to you again. Granted, this was at the end of like a 7.5 or 8 minute round, so I understand the desire to turtle. Cody, great escape. Here we go.
That was really nice.
Yeah, so Justin trying to give him a taste of his own medicine, right? Playing this kind of crossbody top half guard position. Cody taking a big scoop. This is all about Cody's knees and legs. Cody is purely moving him right now with hip movement. And then, I mean, like, this is what I try to drill into you guys all the time when it comes to like dealing with inversions or like deep half guard, digging under somebody. If you don't use your knees, like pulling your knees to your chest or anything like that, you're just going to get smashed. And Cody completely moves Justin here with that knee movement and comes up on top. That was excellent. May have been trying to smother Joe there. It just doesn't work for me. Cole, I'm not saying you don't do that, but like the same thing could apply to you very well with like all the leg work you've been doing lately. Like just getting to deep half and then like pulling your knees up and moving people that way. It's so much easier. I'd rather you guys be doing like easy low energy moves. was that legit?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is great. This is a great example of Kouchi, double Kouchi, and how I want to see you guys using it. Look how quickly Mike goes between getting the feet in place and getting the off balancing. Then he just sits there and laughs at him. Everyone saw that, and that might be the thumbnail. Your hips crying, man? Yeah, so this is where I messed up big time on the single. I'm trying to practice like some of the stuff Clay was telling us or telling me about, like just keeping the head high on singles, not getting too low, and like Steven just beats the turn here, and I like it's kind of a sloppy
get your
shot
ear in his chest. Yeah.
Like right here, I'm on the leg, right, and my head's in a decent enough spot. Here it's on the inside, but now as he turns around, he's got like the chin strap, gets my head to the outside, and I'm like, okay, so I'll take him the other way, try to jump over the leg, and he completely blocked me. Like, watch his right shin as I try to jump over. Right there, he's just like, nah, go back, and then he locks up a really good guillotine. Hadn't been guillotined like that in a while. I tried to roll out of it.
I looked like a really tight one.
Yeah, it was not fun. It's like, yeah, you caught me. Faux show. Real life, it was. Yeah.
He could just keep getting his arms back down. Like, I keep trying to isolate an arm, and he's just like,
Oh, Jordan.
yeah, I want him back down here. I'm like, okay, I guess so.
Got James and Joe over here. Whoops. James, remember, so Joe's doing a really good job of slowing down your pass here. If you're comfortable, well, that might be a little difficult. Like, I was going to say, make a quick jump to the other direction, right? Joe's fully committed his frames over to this side. If you can bring your head over his left arm here and, like, in this direction, and make a quick jump to the other side. I don't even want to call it a jump. Like, you could kind of step behind him, but do it quickly while he's heavily committed, and either exploit that back exposure or get him to turn hard in that direction and then go back in the other direction, in the original way you were coming. Either way, you got the pass here, but something to think about. So I got Steven in the head scissor Kimura dilemma that we saw Luke doing earlier. And I said to him, I was like, this is for Chris, because when he put Chris out a couple weeks ago with this, and he goes, it doesn't work. I don't get him to tap, and he goes, I'm not Chris, and you're not me. I'm like, oh, that was cold, dude.
I had a couple of good looks on a strangle with Jordan, but to no avail. His hands just came up and just ripped my hands away. So it was definitely fighting, like just hand fighting for a long time. Here, I thought I had him dead to rights.
It looks pretty bad.
Yeah. And then he just like takes his hands up and he just like strips my hands off. I'm like, well, shit, I can't do anything now.
So rear triangle with Steven. We won't go through all of it, but like starts from back here. I lose, I lose that Kimura head scissor dilemma, but I keep the Kimura grip. What you guys should always do as best you can, assuming they don't slip the elbow. Keep everything nice and pinned, and I transition that into a back take. I was able to slip my foot in here. I know I yell at you guys a lot about like getting the knee in first. Here I saw an opportunity just on the top side to slip the foot in and then sit behind. So then he does a lot to shut a whole lot of stuff down. So we start thinking about other things we can do when we're on the back. Here you see me transition. If I'm not getting the strangle, watch my top leg here. Transitions to over the shoulder. And now I can either, depending on his reaction, like I can either trap that arm, but if I'm this high over the shoulder, I'm probably going to switch to a rear triangle position. So we shift to the other side, and I make my immediate focus collecting the arm that's stuck in the triangle. So watch everything I'm doing. Like, he gets the arm down. I want it right now, but he gets his right arm down, and like immediately I'm reaching back for it. I'm trying to gather this as best I can. I get a good purchase on the arm. You'll watch me get my legs under control. So I have a triangle now. I fully commit. Once I get my triangle, I fully commit to bringing the arm up over the head. And by then, I think it was already pretty tight. But Steven and I, my arms were burning so bad after that. Steven and I were talking about that later, and just like the commitment to keeping the arm that stays in the triangle on the rear triangle is a huge part of being able to finish that move.
It sounds counterintuitive, or feels counterintuitive, to like continuously go for that arm when you're trying to strangle.
Yeah.
And but no, it is absolutely critical.
I'm so pissed I didn't get like a good. Oh yeah. So this is where Steven he gets his revenge on me here. This is so bad. I was done on that. I just felt like my shoulder was coming dislocated. But yeah, so this was I felt great about this too. Like I shoot a low single, right? A little sweep single, head to the outside, coming up on it. I try to get the trip, but I miss. I whiff it. I go behind him. He turtles up and then rolls and catches me in this really, really beautiful triangle transition. This is all happening at the edge of the screen. But he's on the angle, like he's 90 degrees to me. So it's not like a wrong way triangle, and it's not a front triangle. It's like kind of right in between there. And he starts digging on my arm. What?
Sorry. I thought Yeah, keep going.
Well, I was just gonna say he starts digging on my arm, and like I'm doing everything I can to make sure I keep it tucked. And as soon as he rips it out, I roll with it, just because I needed to move to relieve any of the movement in the extraction. But yeah, that was a good one, Steven.
Go back about 20 seconds and turn your attention to James and Joe right there. That's fine. James is trying to break down, get to the back. Joe's not letting him have it, but notice the leg configuration that he has. But now he goes for double unders, so now we can only be thinking about crossbody rides. Straight into a banana split.
Nice, man. Dude, 2 banana splits in the same stream. It's funny,
How'd
I guess.
that feel on the hips, Joe? That could not have felt good on the hips.
So,
Damn.
so you just said he switches to a double undergrip, and he must only be thinking about banana splits at this point, or crossbody ride at this point. So why do you say that? Because I can't say that was my same thought. I wouldn't have expected.
Oh, really?
That. Yeah.
Yeah. So crossbody ride is classically done like from double unders in wrestling, right? Wrestlers don't use over unders, they don't use double overs, and the crossbody ride is meant to control diagonally, right? So you need to be very careful about which side you have control over, versus the other. So like double unders is probably one of the best positions to have for crossbody, because as you flip your partner over, you can now control both of their arms to prevent their shoulders from rotating out of the position. So that's almost indicative of somebody trying to go for like the classic guillotine, right? Which is what we call the spinal lock, the twister, right? Or this crossbody, the banana split.
Looks rough.
That does.
That was really nice. You have to think about that. If I get a hook in on a turtled opponent and can get to double unders, like, because I feel like normally I would try to turn them over with that, and then just like get to work from having 2 control hands, right? 2 control arms, and go for the rear naked strangle. But yeah, that might be a better option. Like as James rolled, he was like immediately 90 degrees on Joe and went right into it.
The leg configuration is, for me at least, is very awkward for a rear naked strangle to finish, because it's almost like it's too far of a stretch, like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do, like, I remember from some of the early on instructionals, I think it was where did we first see that? Wasn't that the Danaher back system?
Yeah. That was my first introduction to it.
Yeah, he went double unders, and that's how he taught the crossbody ride.
The things you forget.
Yeah. Right in on the head. I just was slipping, and he just really nice, just threw his shoulder right over top. But I was able to turn that over into top position just by turning into the strangle. Like, it's uncomfortable, but yeah.
So you're pinning the heel to the butt.
Yep. And you see how I'm walking the legs away too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to walk the legs away from the body to try and get a better angle so that I can start cutting in for a pass. He actually locked up a Kimura on me on that one, and on my left arm, I believe.
Oh, right there.
Yep. So he gets the Kimura. I've got his leg pinned, but I keep my head as heavy as I possibly can, and I walk around into the side control position here, and then go straight to Neon Belly. One of the ways that I like to take him out from Neon Belly is to literally stretch him out. So I'll get that the head and arm on the far side. I'll stay nice and wide, and then I'll use my knee to press down on the hips, and then to get the arm isolated up, and then secure them out. then from here, I think I have both arms up high. So I kind of have my choice of which way he wants to go.
Work into S mount.
Yeah, so I go to S mount. I actually start to collect the far arm, and then I get both of them
That's
at the
nice.
same time.
This is arm bars all day.
Yeah.
You signed those away in the waiver.
Yeah, he did a really nice job of passing guard here, or getting. I can't remember if he got. Yeah, he pretty much. Oh, he almost gets it.
A little too excited there.
So I'm doing the same thing that you do, using my left foot to wedge behind the thigh in this almost headquarters position. I don't know if it quite is. I'm just kind of sitting on his ankle.
Yeah.
But really all I'm looking for is an opportunity for an underhook. So watch what happens here. We come in, we're in this knee cut position, and now I find myself in a, or I'm sorry, I'm in the headquarters position, and then I find myself in a knee cut. So I take it. So anytime you have an underhook, right, and you can get your knee across your partner, you have a knee cut pass. He's digging for my legs relentlessly.
You guys decided to roll through.
Yeah.
Long
yeah,
round.
We went
Joe's like, I'm tired. Let me do one more 8-minute round with the brown belt.
Yeah. Yeah, he said, no, we're rolling through. I was like, okay. So I think this is, again, the same concept as before. I'm using my leg to pin the hips down as I walk the arm up. Then I should be able to take a mount from there. I wanted a smother, but I could not get it. So I'm end up in the same position, so I go back into this, into the S mount, but he gives me a different look here, I think.
Just slips the elbow.
Yep,
You just,
and then shoots straight in for a leg.
Right off that bridge. As soon as that elbow's down. Like, that's what Steven does to me all the time. Anytime I try to get to S mount on him, he's able to strongly bridge me, or just get me off balance, and then slips the elbow. Looking for deep half. Joe, this is a spot where, like I was saying earlier, you can really do something from here. Like the where's my pointer? The arm you have hooking the leg, great. The butterfly hook, I'd like to see you try to get that foot in a little bit better. And as soon as you do, that's where you can then start to scoot your hips in this direction and get underneath Mike. Like, you don't need to lift with your leg. You're not lifting with your butterfly hook. That's just to kind of like support weight and guide him once you get underneath him. But like, you could even plant this foot and then reverse shrimp your hips underneath, or like we saw Cody do earlier, pull the knees towards you to get Mike up over you.
Yeah. So again, I find myself in a very similar position before. I'm in headquarters. He goes over to give me frames, but when he goes over to give me frames, he gives me the underhook so that I can continue the knee cut pass. And so I pass the same way.
Yeah. So let's go back. Right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what happens after this.
Just blacked out, dude. Mentality took over.
Just went red.
Yeah.
Just saw red. Oh yeah. So going in for the dorsal. So I went in around a north-south. This is something I really like to do. Scoop up the elbow. get into the. But I did something kind of awkward there. I went the wrong way, but still got it.
We've talked about that before. I feel like when we first started playing with the rear triangle, we were like, can you do a wrong way rear triangle? Yeah. And I think, I mean, the answer is yes. Like, it's just the configuration. But like, I don't know if the strangle's there, but the arm isolation is there, you know?
Yeah, I felt like a very big, like I could feel his shoulder on my inner thigh.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't feel. If I would have had a hard time here, like he taps early, but like if I could have taken his arm and pushed it over top of my hip for some really gnarly shoulder and elbow pressure possibly.
Yeah, like the fulcrum there is bad for him.
So yeah, Joe comes around for the pass. I decide to give him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah. I saw that happening immediately. And I mean, all that is, it's like the head is too low, the hips are too high, the body weight's too far across the center line.
Yep. So I'm trying to isolate arms again. You can see I'm trying to play with the elbows. He's going up to my hips to try and relieve pressure. So I start playing with the elbows. I get the same configuration as before. One of the great things about the Kimura is it's such a controlling position. You could see that Joe gets a good jump on me there, but I already had the Kimura grip. So I could keep that, and you have to play with it in different ways. Whenever you're trying to control your partner, you want to extend your arms away. Whenever you want to finish your partner, you want to keep your elbows nice and tight. So you'll see me going through this constant push and pull depending on where I want Joe to go. So when he was, cutting his hips trying to get out of it, so here he turns over, I snatch the grip, I'm extending away here. I try to pull him back in, he doesn't want that, right? Then when he goes back up, I extend him away. Then I pull him back in, right? Like, so I'm constantly pushing and pulling away from him to try and get his, to get him exactly lined up the way that I want to be. And I do a Marcelo finish here to get under the chin. He was really fighting this. And so I'm going in, we're doing the hand fight. He's 2-on-1 every friggin' time. I was getting frustrated. And so, can you go back for like maybe 5 seconds? This last switch. Keep going just a little bit further back. Oh shit, maybe I did. You can't see it. I take my hand and I put it on his forehead. And then I pull his forehead back to lift his chin up.
Oh, interesting. That's a Marcelo thing?
Yeah. So there.
I feel like right there. It's right here. It's just not his forehead. Yeah. There it is. There it is.
And then I can sneak the elbow in deep.
I'll have to fold that one in. Because, yeah, I have such a hard time. I have such a hard time. You guys block my strangle all the time now. I need to add some new tricks. I don't want to just, like, lift your guys' chin by the lever of your nose.
Under the nose, yeah.
I do it sometimes, but, like, I don't like doing it to you guys too much.
Yeah, so here we're in a similar situation. And then again, I end up in that dorsal position.
Now I
can go straight up for the armbar.
Or armbar, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, boys. Fun. Good rounds. Really, really
Yeah.
great for a Saturday, especially. Good turnout and all that stuff. Always love watching me get my ass beat over and over again by
Yeah,
Blue
right.
Bills. But cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we really, really appreciate the support. Follow us if you're lurking in the chat. We always love to see some new faces around here. And subscribe if you like what we're seeing or like what you're seeing. We're happy to keep helping you guys learn and progress and all that stuff. Yeah, whatever, Coop. All right. Can't wait to teach you a flying triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, follow us here, subscribe here, subscribe over at YouTube as well, where we'll put this video up for you guys to review. Let's see. Do we have any upcoming news? Picture Day is next Saturday, so
The 16th.
yeah, I want everybody to wear their Sunday best and comb your hair and make sure you look good. And we're gonna take photos. I'd like to do a yearbook spread. I feel like that would be awesome to have like just yearbook pictures with stupid quotes underneath everybody.
I want like the purple and black, like streaky, 90s
Yeah,
old
yeah.
school one. Maybe like the faded like stars and stuff like that in the background.
Dude, everybody's belt should be like the color of their belt should be their background color.
Oh yes, yeah.
You know? And then
yeah, totally.
And then yeah, you guys can have your like senior yearbook photo quote underneath, and we'll maybe put it on Instagram if it's not vulgar.
We'll get Josh and Cole to do the Step Brothers thing for sure. Like,
yeah, or like prom photos or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, a lot of ideas. Let's bat them around. And in any case, yeah. So we'll see you guys then. But before that, we're moving on to the second week of Open Guard. You're getting a haircut for it? All right, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys should.
Yeah, you and Sawyer doing the Step Brothers thing. That'd be perfect.
Hell yeah. You guys should get mullets too. Just like get wild with it. We'll buy you some pit vipers. You look super cool. In any case, yeah, there are plenty of brothers in the school. We can make it happen. Yeah, so second week of Open Guard coming up. So let's make sure you guys are there this week, training hard and all that stuff. So we look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, go trim your nails and do your laundry. Don't be stinky. And we'll see you back on the mats. Later.